Thank you all for watching. This here is First Friday Fitness, where I share with you different things that I have learned throughout all my years of overcoming and conquering health issues, how I have rehabilitated, learned how to walk, things that I use to gain strength, regain strength, and maintain strength, and you can use it in your process as well. I'm just sharing with you, so hopefully something in there you can find that will be helpful for you. Today we're going to talk about knees, your knees, joint pain, arthritis, things like that. I'm going to show you exercises that you can use, and if you stay tuned, I will also show you a lot of the things that I use for immediate pain relief, for overall joint health, supplements, things that I take and do on a daily basis. So stay tuned at the end of the exercises to watch that, okay? And hope you enjoyed the video. So now I'm going to share with you things that I actually do and have done for years as far as for joint pain, particularly concerning my knee. Now if you have arthritis, this might be very helpful for you, but these things are really helpful for me. Now if I'm in a lot of pain and I need to get moving and I need some instant relief, the first thing I'm going to probably use is BioFreeze. Now you know, as always, I am not promoting a brand, but with the BioFreeze, it is a brand because this is the particular kind that I normally get. Now there's other things out there that you can get. There's patches you can use for different things. I've used all of that, but I usually use BioFreeze, and BioFreeze did not pay for this. I'm just telling you what I use. I got this at, you can get this anywhere. You can get it at your chiropractors. There's a lot of health stores out there. Some gyms sell it. You can get this anywhere, and it's not that expensive. You can get it, you can find it anywhere between $10 and $12 as well. I've seen it up to $15, but it's usually between $10 and $12. You rub this on. It takes very little. I mean, just a little dab goes a long way, because if you put on a lot, you can feel that eucalyptus and all that stuff is kind of like Vicks. It can get to burning like Vicks. It has that Vicks kind of feel to it. But I use this. I'll rub it on, knock out that pain so I can keep doing the things that I need to do. So if you're like dealing with immediate pain and it's severe, maybe you might want to try this. Even if it's not severe, you can use it. The other thing I would do if I'm trying to get rid of pain, like just immediately on the spot, I would use Evening Primrose. Okay. Now, always, once again, I'm not promoting a particular brand or a particular anything. I am promoting, telling you what I use, so you can see that I use it. I use different brands at different times, different dosing amounts, depending on the goals I'm going for, the time and the season, right? So I use Evening Primrose a lot. You really need this in your repertoire. I would highly suggest this both for men and women, but highly particularly for women. It helps with your joints. It's full of omega-3s and omega-6s, so it's really good for your joint. It's funny because with the Evening Primrose, you can take this and then, you know, you might burp later on and be like, ooh, that tastes like fish. I ain't eat no fish. It's probably the Evening Primrose or your omega-3s, or your omega-3s, which we'll talk about later, but your Primrose, because it has those omegas in there. But Evening Primrose is good for a lot of things. If I'm dealing with pain, I will usually take some of the Evening Primrose. It has GLA in there, which is really good. GLA is a compound that is found in Primrose. Sometimes I will buy GLA separately, but I kind of like Evening Primrose for all the things that it does. Now, it comes in these little gel caplets, right? I will just pop the little gel caplet, squeeze it out in my hand, and mix it with whatever oils that I want for whatever purpose that I'm using it for. So if I'm rubbing it on my knee because I'm having some pain or something, and I don't know, I may mix it with some frankincense or some eucalyptus or something else. Depends on what I'm dealing with. But you can take these pills. I take it orally and I use it topically. Now, Evening Primrose, you really got to research it. It's good for a lot of stuff. For women, it's good for ovarian things, uterus things. It's good when you're dealing with cysts, things like that. It's good for your breast. It helps with menopause to alleviate some of the hot flashes. It also helps to balance mood swings that can happen with menopause as well as PMS. It helps to do all of that. It does a lot. It's good for hormonal balance for both men and women. It also helps when you're dealing with fertility. I would suggest that you not take it if you are pregnant, because it strengthens your uterus, which causes your uterus to contract, so that if you're having problems carrying a baby and your uterus isn't strong enough to really hold it, it can help build up that strength. But if you're already pregnant and it's building up that uterus and causing it contract, it can cause you to lose a baby. So if you are pregnant, I wouldn't suggest that you take it. But if you know that you want to try to get pregnant and you're preparing for it, I would take it to build up the strength of your uterus. But it's good for dealing with acne. It's just good for a lot of things. It's anti-inflammatory, which brings us back to your knees. If you're dealing with your knees and you want to get strength in those knees, heal those knees, get rid of some of that knee pain, it's anti-inflammatory, which makes it a really good thing to use if you have arthritis, right? Or any joint pain or joint issues. So your evening primrose and those omegas that is in there also helps with that cartilage, because your bones come together, and when your bones come together you have a lot of cartilage right in there. That's what your joints are made of. And your joints fill up, this little ball in there, the joint socket fills up with with fluids, and you have to keep moving those joints so that fluid will come out and lubricate your knees, lubricate your joints. So movement is really important, and so those omegas that is in this evening primrose help with that, but it also helps to get rid of that inflammation. But I would really look at this and really invest in this if you have some. Now I'm going to show you some things that I take. This evening primrose, you guys, I use this. There were times where I use this multiple times a day. So even if you're rubbing it on something, you can use it multiple times a day. I was dealing with some lumps in my breast, and they were pretty painful. And I would rub it on along with some oils. Mix some oils with this and rub it on, but it would immediately take away the pain. Even if I didn't use oils and use this, it would immediately take away the pain. What I really like about this is it goes down, the skin absorbs it, and it goes down and works on a cellular level. So your primrose really has some good effects if you're dealing with cancers and things like that, because the skin absorbs it, it goes down and it attacks those cancer cells and helps to rebuild them and restore those back to new cells. So this is really a good thing, and it would help to, not only did it take away the pain for the lumps, it helped to eat up those lumps and get rid of those lumps. So this is something that I would highly recommend and that I use on a regular, and I would use it for pain. I use it topically, and I take it orally as well. If you're taking it orally and you have high blood pressure, that might be a benefit for you, because it actually helps to lower that high blood pressure, and it's good for heart health as well. It's just really good. It's a lot that I could tell you about this, so you might want to look at that. It also helps if you have diabetes. It helps to regulate that blood sugar, and it helps with your nerves. It helps to heal that nervous system and to restore it. So a lot of diabetics have a lot of neuropathy, right? Nerve problems, and so you might want to deal with that. It'll help get rid of those tingling sensation, that cold and sensitivity to all of that, and that numbness. And it doesn't just help to alleviate the tingling, it helps to restore those nerves back. So this is really a good thing. Oil that I would use, remember I told you I would rub some oil on there with that. One of them I use is frankincense. Remember, when you're dealing with oil, you want to try to get your essential oils, you want to try to get 100% pure. Frankincense smell good, and it's good for a lot of things. It's anti a lot of stuff, but one of the things is anti-inflammatory, and so that's really good because it's dealing with inflammation. Remember, I attack things in multiple ways. I don't use just one thing. If I'm dealing with inflammation, I'm going to attack it in multiple ways. So this is good also if you have arthritis in your body. You can use it on different parts of your body. You can use it in a diffuser as well as rub it on topically. I use it in both ways. Now when you're talking about your joints, and your knee is a joint, you're talking about a lot your bones, where they come together. So with everything that you use, you want to make sure that you're using a good quality of product, but you want to be cautious of the amount that you can take. Now, I take vitamin D. Vitamin D is good for your bones, right? Now, vitamin D comes in a lot of ways. I particularly, because I take a lot of vitamin D, I don't like to take those big nasty pills, right? So these are the kind that are, I'm going to show this to you. It's vitamin D3. These are the kind that you can take sublingually. And what is the dosage of this? This is 10,000 IUs. And you can take it. They're really small. I don't know if you can see that. Put that under your tongue and it'll dissolve. And so I can take a few of those, put them under my tongue. I get however many thousand that I'm trying to get. Like I usually try to take 50,000 of those on a daily basis for what I need it for, and it works for me. Also, I take it in the liquid form. So I have it where I can just take 5 drops under my tongue, and it goes right into my bloodstream, and I got it. So I switch up between taking the liquid and taking it on the sublingual ones. Right now I'm on the sublinguals, and if you see, this is almost gone, so I will probably be headed back to the store. Yeah, I got about 3 days worth left in there, so I'll be headed back to this. Actually, I'm going to the store today, so I'll be picking up all my health stuff today. So that's it. The other thing that I take on a regular basis that have a lot of great benefits is turmeric. Now, I can buy turmeric. You can buy turmeric in the store. You can buy the turmeric itself and make your own capsules. I do both. So here is turmeric. You see that? Okay, so it's 100% vegetarian. Now, I also brought this up because I have it here as well, and from here I make my own capsules with it. So even though I have this jar, looks like one busted in here, I have this jar. These are actual capsules I made myself, and I just kept the jar and I put them in the jar when I'm done with it. You can make your own capsules. You can buy capsules anywhere. Look, do not pay $4 for no 100 bag of capsules. You can find several hundred bags of capsules for $1, $2, depending on where you look. But some people try to get real ridiculous with it. And there's different kind of capsules out there. You can look and see what kind you want, what kind of material the capsules are made out of that you want. But I use turmeric, and turmeric is anti-inflammatory. It's really good. Helps suppress your appetite. It does a lot of good things for your skin, your hair, your teeth. Turmeric is a really good thing. It has a lot of, it boosts the immune system. It helps with circulation. It deals with just everything you can think of. Turmeric is really good for that. So I use that. Now, with the turmeric, you guys, every morning I have a drink. I either do like a protein drink or a smoothie or something, some variation of it, and oftentimes I will put turmeric in it. Well, I'm saying me, but when I say I will put, it's really my kids, because they make it for me. So they'll put just a little bit of turmeric in it. But I cook with turmeric as well. I use it in my soups and my chilies. I use it on my meats, my fish, my chicken. I use turmeric. Turmeric is really good. It has a lot of cancer fighting agents in it as well. So when you're talking about your joints and you're talking about your knees, you're talking about cartilage. And when you're talking about cartilage, collagen. You want some real good collagen, right? So I do use collagen in my drinks every single morning. Now, I use different kinds of collagen. Right now, I have 2 collagens that I am using. So I'll show you this one. This is the first one. This is the first time I use this product, and I have recently bought this, and it is down to about right here. So as you can tell, I actually use this stuff on a daily basis. So this is a grass-fed collagen, right? And if you look, it says 18 grams of protein, 20 grams of collagen, type 1 and type 3. So here's one that I have been using. I don't know if you can see how much is in there, but I have been using this. I mix it up. Sometimes I use multiples at one time. Sometimes I'll just switch up. I use different things. So here is a collagen that I use. This is from this is called a grass-fed collagen, and it's unflavored. I'm also using this one. I had this one longer. This is a bone broth from Ancient Nutrition. It says pure multi-collagen superfood powder made from real bone broth. So you can see that. And this one feels really light. I know this one probably needs to be replaced with something else. Yeah, so if you look in there, you can see that is about gone. So collagen is really good for that, and you can get collagen in bone broth. I make a lot of bone broth because it's the basis of most of our soups. If I'm making a sauce, I use bone broth. If I'm making beans, I make bone broth. My family just like to sip on bone broth, and when I make homemade bone broth, I don't use this. I will get some good chicken, right? You want to get your grass-fed, something healthy. They don't have a lot of hormones put in it. You know, whether you're getting chicken, you can use rib bones, you can use soup bones, you can use bones, right? Some people make a fish broth. I don't use fish, but I do use meat. And you basically put that stuff in some good water and you bring it up kind of to a boil. And the moment it starts to boil, you let it simmer. And you just let it sit there and simmer all day. And that water will start getting some deep colored, and you can see all the flavors in there, and it gets full of body, and it tastes so good. I really like it. And then I'll add whatever I want to add to it. I usually put in a lot of garlic and a lot of onions, chop up a lot of garlic and a lot of onions in there. And then I'll flavor it with other herbs and spices depending on what I am making. But make you some good bone broth. But if you don't have time for all of that, you want to get you some collagen, and you can use it from bone broth collagen. Let's see, omega-3s. Omega-3s, this one is about empty. I got a lot of stuff I need to buy today. I got 4 left in here. Kind of looks like the primrose, right? If you are taking them out and putting them in a little medicine thing so you can know what herbs you want to take every day, you can oftentimes get your omega-3s mixed up with your collagen, your primrose, because they look alike, except for these here are a little bit smaller. But here it is. It's a complex omega-3s. Omega-3s, as most of us know, is good for heart health. And if you see, it says GLA right there, and that's what you're dealing with when you're dealing with your eating primrose too, or your omega-3s. So it's good for your heart health. It's good for circulation. It's good for your arteries and your veins. It's good for a lot of things, and it is anti-inflammatory, but it will help you with your joints throughout your body. So I don't rub this on. When I take omega-3s, I just take that orally. So you can take that. It'll help you. You'll find relief, a lot more relief if you're dealing with arthritis. One thing I want to tell you about the evening primrose and that GLA that's in there, even with those omega-3s, this is also good for your heart health, for your veins, for your arteries. If you have clogged arteries, it actually helps to eliminate the clogging of those arteries and clean your arteries and your veins out. And so that might be very helpful for some people to know, which helps you to bring your blood pressure down, as I told you with that as well. So I hope something in there was really helpful for you. I know it was a long video. I'm really sorry about that. But until next time, remember, in all things, do you.